All right, welcome to this video series on data analysis with spreadsheets. For this particular video, we're going to be using Microsoft Office Excel. So let's get started by just cleaning this data and making sense of it like in a dashboard. So the very first step in resolving an issue like this is to check for the correctness of data, or rather the integrity of the data. In this case, I want to deal with outliers, I want to deal with missing data, and I want to deal with any data that we need to maybe transform. So the very first thing I'm going to do is to check my format, check the date. So let's start with the date. Since I have date, I can see my format is looking good, captured in years, captured in months, and so that means it's looking good. All the data sort of align, and there's no missing data. If there is, you would see an option, a third option here that says blank. So once I don't have that, then I'm good to go. So the next is to check for region. I can see central, east, west, no missing data. So that means no missing data. So I'll do this for every one of my rows. I've done that, and no missing data. Going forward, there are three options I could use readily for this kind of analysis, since what I want to do is to create a dashboard. The very first method is to use formulas like XLOOKUP, VLOOKUP, all the other formulas that you can, if statements and all of that. The second option is to load into Power Query. And then the third option, which we are going to actually use, is to use pivot tables. So here I'm going to use pivot tables. So I'm going to go to insert table, then of course from table or range. Here that's actually the correct range for my data, and I want it in a new spreadsheet. So let's go on ahead. So you're going to be presented with something that looks like this. That's a pivot table space and a pivot table fields. So here we need to define KPIs. Normally, taking a look at my data, my KPIs are already a bit defined for me. For instance, there's no profit. So because there's no cost price, I can't do profit. So my KPI here is just sales. I want to concentrate on who is selling the most, what is selling the most, where am I selling the most? That's basically my KPI. So how do I do that? Oh, okay, when? Of course, they give us time. So when am I selling the most? Where am I selling the most? Who is selling the most? And what item is selling the most? So that's what I'm really concerned about. So I'm going to be creating pivot tables that talks about how the sales patterns. So let's start with the first one. I'm going to do a time series. In this time series, what I want to know is when am I selling? So I'm going to look at months. I'm going to look at the year, like first quarter, second quarter, third and fourth quarter. Then of course I have 2 years, so I'm going to look at those 2 years. So let's start with that. So going back to my pivot or chart page, I'm just going to start with the order date. In this case, because of this data, it's been separated such that you have year, quarter, and all of that. So I'm going to take out the year, take out the quarter. I'm interested in month right now. So here I have the months, and then I will just go directly to my sales amount, since that's basically what I have sold in terms of the gross income now, or the revenue. So let's go here, and from value field settings, let's make sure that we have the right format. I want it to be formatted in currency. Well, no, I don't want 2 decimal places, so I want it to have the dollar. Yeah, because that's, of course, that's universal currency right there. So let's see how it applies. You can see I'm good to go. But I always like before we even go further, of course, rename the pivot rows. Of course, I want columns rather. I want this to be months and this to be sales amount. This makes it easier for me to always replicate this. So let's check for what our voice. So we're going to just move on to the third pivot table at this point. Yes, I'm going to copy again. You guessed right. And here I'm interested in the years so that we can compare the 2 years. So this came in with the quarter again. I just want the year, and of course I want the sales amount, and I want to make sure that this is still formatted as the sum, but in this case I want the currency. So we're good to go. Okay, so we're good to go with this. So I'm done with the time series because these are the 3 things I'm interested in when it comes to the time. That's the when, what is selling at what point in time. There are others. You can do weekday, weekend. You can do you can do something that has to do with weeks, like week 1, week 2 to week 52 of the year. But that's a lot, and I'm not actually interested in that here. But as a data analyst, especially when you're using this kind of platform, always remember to ask your client, or whatever, whoever you're working for, whoever you're doing that analysis for, ask them for what their KPIs are, what they want to track, what they want to find out, and what they want you to help them analyze. That will help you to always decide what to look for. But if you're at a loss at what to look for, there's a little table here you can always use. Go to any of your pivot tables, and you will go to pivot table analyze. Then you see recommended pivot tables, right? That way you can see all the ones that are recommended. If you don't know where to go, what next to put, you will always see recommendations here. So in this case, I will just go on with who now. This is when, so let's go into who. Of course, I will still copy because I like to take the shortcut. And here I'm interested in manager, not the years anymore. So I want to see how the managers are doing. Of course, Martha is outperforming and Timothy needs to pick up the slack. So that's the power of analysis. Yes, now I am also interested in the salesmen. Let's take out the managers and then see what the salesmen are doing. Yeah, here I can easily see that Alexander seems to be my highest performing salesman, and Diana 33,000, while 36, and Shirley, come on, Shirley is performing very low. So that answers the question of who. And now I want to know what is selling. So let's go to, I'm going to copy again. I just love to copy so that I don't have to do all the work again. So in this case, I want to see, let's move a little bit. In this case, I want to see the item. So we'll go with the item. I don't want the salesman, so I just want the item. So I'm going to get rid of the salesman. Yeah. So just about 4 items. Okay, 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So I can see how they're performing as the item. So now I'm done. I have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pivot charts. Now I want to pivot tables rather. I want to make them into charts so that we can put some visual on them. Before we do that, I think this number, I want to teach you how to make it shorter, like doing Instead of seeing 161,810, I want something like 161.81k dollars. That's thousand, right? M million. So I'm going to use the if, but when you're writing in this format, I think we're good to go. Let's try to close that. Go. You can see it right here. So wondering how this is going to get to all my numbers, I'll just go ahead. Oh, we forgot something. We did not put the value. We didn't put the dollar sign this time around. So I'm going to go back into that format to edit that. Yeah. So here I didn't put the dollar. So I'm going to put it right here. And I'm going to have it right here. And right here. So let's see if it works. Yes, around now I'm just going to copy that format painter right here. That's right on the home tab. I'll copy this format and paste it across like this. Yeah, you can see it. I can still copy the format and this way. Okay, I have to copy it every time. So copy and paste. Do the same thing again, copy and paste. Copy and paste. Good. We have some more data. So I have to copy this from here, copy it again, and then paste one last time. Good. Now we're good to go. Our data is looking quite clean. We need to come up with our pivot charts. So let's start with the very first one here. I will just take a look at it and say, okay, give me pivot table analyze. That's where you always go to get a lot of things done. So pivot chart. Yeah, this looks good. Let me look at the line chart there. Okay, yeah, I think I'll go with the line for this particular case. So yeah, I want to remove the grid lines. I want to remove the legend and axis. Axis is good. Chart title, do I want to keep that? Okay, that's sales per month. Good. I want to move that up maybe a little bit. What else do I want to remove here? Field buttons. Yeah. And we are good to go. So I'm going to copy that and place it. Add another sheet. I want to add an additional sheet here. Yeah, we'll call this our dashboard. So let me see if I can rename that dashboard. Good. So let me drop it here. All right. We're looking good, but okay, let's bring it down a little bit. Good. This is looking okay. I think it's too big, so I'm going to reduce it a little. Yeah, we're looking good. Then I'll go back to my pivot tables. Once I'm done with you, I want you to just go to the side. Then, should I do month next? This is where, so no, I don't want to do where next. I want to do, oh, I think I missed something in the when here. We're missing one pivot chart, so I'm going to bring it up. That's quarter. I thought that's what we had there. I can see where here. That's I don't like that. So that's why you should always rename your pivot charts or tables rather. This is region and sales amount. So let me copy this sales amount and try to drop it here. Sales amount. Good. Let's call this, of course, sales amount. Sales amount. Sales. Good. Remember, these are items. So let me rename. These are sales men. These are managers. And of course, these are years. So I said I want to change this. So let's go over. Bring in the field. Sorry, field list rather. Bring in the field list. I want it to be, these are regions, so I do not want regions. I want quarters. I want to see Q1 to 4. So take out the region. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So these are quarters. Okay, I'll just keep that for now. Let's take a look at what the quarters are saying by bringing in a chart. Okay, this is looking good. Do a hide all this field. I usually like to take out the grid lines and of course the legend. Let's bring the data label. Yeah, I love this. So here, this is sales per quarter. This is, so bring that over to the dashboard. Not be too big to just look like the other one. Don't worry, we're going to work on the size. Now, as we do, we'll copy our chart into our dashboard. Here, let's put it right here. First, let's make it smaller so that it can fit. That's good. Remind me to change the size, increase there, back here. Yes, we're looking good now. To make our dashboard look a little prettier, can we take out the, go to your view, take out the, yeah, this looks a bit better. You can give it, let's say, this. Yeah, okay. I think that's a bit good. So let's move them. That's you hold the control as you try to move them. So let's make this good. Now that we have this nice looking series for our time, we did not add data to this point. So let me do that. I want data way too much. So do I want to take it out? Okay, we can make it big. Yeah. in the meantime. Yes, let's bring it this way. Let's make a bit to show us the way we could actually, we can make it here. Okay, yeah, let me change the type at the point. I want it to look like design. Yeah, let's do it. I want it to give me the point. I want to see, make the point a little bit different. Let's give it this color. We can go with blue, 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 blue. Let's go with this. Yeah, this is looking good now. We can put this right. Good. We can put one thing you always want to do is to make sure your charts are yeah, that's not going to solve our problem. So we might as well just this look like this. Good. Bring it down here since it's not fitting into that space. Yes, we still have space for at least 2 more charts before we finish, and pick another chart. Yeah, we're done with this. You know how we do it. We put it by the side. Here, I will now go with see my the fourth now. Yeah, hold on quarter. Let me see. All right. So here I have 3. That's I have quarter, I have month, and I have year. So now I would like to go with the 4th. That's now let's go with the where. I want to see which region is selling, but this data is just 3, so I want to go with the longer data now. So let's start with salesmen, and with salesmen, I'll go to pivot chart. Yeah, salesman. Okay, let's go with this, but we're going to arrange it so that it looks a bit let's do A to Z. Sorry, it's arranged by their names. No, I don't want it by their names. I want it by their, I want it to come, that's filter value is sorry, I don't want it by the salesman. I want it by the sales amount. Yeah, good. Yes, that's exactly what I want to see. And I want it to be from the biggest to the smallest, so Z to A. Sorry, I clicked on filter, more sorting options, not by salesman, by sales amount. Good. So this makes it easier for me to see what is actually going on. So take out, we do it, we take out the grid lines, we take out the legend. And here, that's sales by salesman. Sales by salesmen. And then I'm just gonna, let it have, let's see what they're selling. So yeah, good. Let's copy these into our dashboard like this. I want it to look smaller, but I want to still see the figures. So these has to be bigger.
Yeah. So let's make this a bit bigger since we have this. Good. Let me see if we can reduce this a bit. Sorry, that just increased it. Yes, this looks pretty cool now. Okay. Is there any other thing we want to add? Let's look at, of course, we're done with this. You know how we do it. I'll put it by the side for now. And let's see if I can just have their managers up and running. Let's see. So here I'm going to have manager, pivot chart for manager. Yeah, let's just go with this. Just like we did the other time before we remove this, let's go and make sure it's sorted by, yeah, I'll prefer descending order, sales amount. Okay, yeah, and then I'll remove this. We're good to go. Take out the grid line and legend. Here, there's sales per manager. And yes, we're good to go. We have it dashboard. Yeah, that's looking a bit big, so I'm going to make it smaller. Yeah, good to go. Yeah, but here I forgot something, and we need to bring the data labels. Yes, so that I can easily just tell how much they sold. Yeah, so I'm looking good here. Good. Yeah. Now, there are other things you can do, but I'm just going to stop at this point. Let me see if I can make the chart a bit bigger to occupy the space that I have. Normally, you would. Okay. So 1, good. 1, 2, 3. I just want to drag them down here. Fine. So now we can actually define our height. I love this height. So let's see what the height is from so the height is 2.23 inches. So I'm just going to make everything 2.23 inches. 23 inches. Good. This is 2.23 inches, correct? 2.225, so I want to make it 2.23. Sorry, this is not 2.3, it's 2.23. Good. So this, let's make sure it is also 2.23 inches. That way, you can actually make sure you have a very good dashboard. So let's align this. That's the top two now. We want them to align. We want them to be together. So we'll go to shape format and align top. So when we do that, it will stand together. Same with this 3. Let's make sure they are aligned together. 1, 2, 3. Shape format, align top. That way they stand together. Now I know they're the same height and they stand together. I have a very, very clean data chart. Now, I want to add one last thing and then we're done with this dashboard at this level. So I'm going to introduce, we're done with this, so I'm going to take this to the side. Now I'm going to introduce slicers. So let's go to pivot table, analyze, and then insert slicer. I want a slicer for, let's do a slicer for order date, but in this case, just month. Then I want a slicer for the So I will go to report connect. You can see that it's only connected to one data. I want it to be connected to all the data points, or rather all the pivot tables. Good. I have 8 of them. Now, correct. So I'll do the same for the second slicer. Table 1, table 2, 3 is connected already, 5, 6, then go to 7 and 8. So that is fully connected now. Let's go ahead and work it. I'm going to take those 2 slicers now to I'm going to take the 2 slicers to the dashboard. And in this case, if you click on January, you see that it will change, right? You see the changes in the dashboard. Good. Now, this is how to clear filter. So now let's make these filters sit pretty cool in this dashboard. So the first thing I'm going to do is to change. Let's go to the slicer setting here and change the columns to, let's make it 4. Yeah, 4 like that. So this way I'll pull it. Yeah, good. So this is my first slicer. Good to go. Then the second slicer is right here, so I can make it stand right close to the first one. Okay. So it doesn't look too cool, so I'm going to make it 3 instead of 4. And drop it right here. Good. So yeah, this looks good here. Let's see how we can make this into 3. So we'll do exactly the same with this and make it 3. Good. So this is how we roll. Good. So let's see if I can move this a little bit. Yeah, I want it to look pretty good here, and this one sitting pretty good. Good. This is how to make it fit into our dashboard and not look horrible. Good. So yeah, we can now look at the Central Coast. We can see the East Coast, we can see the West. And then of course, West, this is West in January, West in February, Central in February, East in February. Nothing happened. East February. You know, this is why this is very, very important, and I would really recommend that you always put a slicer in your dashboard. So yeah, we've come to the end of this amazing dashboard. Yeah, it's looking pretty cool, right? Yeah, we're going to improve on that in the next video when we're going to make our dashboard look even better with some very cool tricks. See you in the next video. Of course, like and subscribe so that you always get a notification once we drop a new video for you. And of course, please tell a friend, share if you can, and it goes a long way to supporting this kind of free education. Thank you.